When you create an orthotic, you often will start with a 3D scan and an order form. And Taika 3D has the ability to create a platform where all of that's fully automated and travels from your customers, from their app directly to your central fab where everything is automatically generated. Taika 3D allows CFABs to create a fully customized CAD solution. So your rules, your templates, and your product generated each and every time for less than 1 minute per pair. When it comes in, all you have to do is validate your product and look at what's been generated. Taika 3D starts you off at the end result, and you don't have to go through the typical stages of a digital workflow of aligning your scan and landmarking your scan and placing it on the floor plane and then drawing out your trim lines, prescribing your features. Our business came from the problem that arises typically with orthotics, in that when you have a manual CAD system set up and you have a licensed bedorthist behind a computer doing a lot of manual CAD for your high season, when there's lots of orders coming through, when you're doing 5 or 10 minutes a pair, that can really be a pinch point for your staff. You know, it's hard to find talent that can do this kind of stuff. It's hard to train them, and it's really hard to retain them, especially when you're going through a manual CAD workflow where everything has to be done each and every time over and over and over again. Taika 3D has been around for about 5 years. We're in several different labs across the US, and we're producing thousands of orthotics a day using this workflow where you show up and you validate the device that's been generated, all for less than 1 minute per pair. Taika 3D allows us to do 10 to 15 seconds per order, and you can get to that point. You're really going to allow your staff to focus in on the patients that they need to focus in on. But otherwise, if you need to as well adjust for those particular scans of that particular anatomy, we do give you the tools to be able to manually adjust what has been generated by the AI system. So here's an example of me hopping into an order and actually revising what has been generated. So here's where the landmarks have been placed by the system. And of course, we can adjust these if we need to, but this part is particularly harsh for, again, people who are doing manual CAD work, like to get to this place where your calcaneus has been aligned, where your floor plane has been identified and your landmarks have been placed. You know, that's all manual cleaning using traditional workflows in CAD. So this whole step right here saves you a ton of time when doing custom orthotics from 3D scans. Trimline view is what comes next. The trim line is part of your rule set. So as a CFAB or as an offering that you currently already are producing, Taika 3D will match the CAD system to what you already produce. So the rules for how your distal trim line shows up, how much offset you get in the heel, all these kinds of things, you get to define with us, and how the system will generate it. Training more and more people to try and prescribe the same rule sets over time using manual CAD is a hard thing to create consistency with. With this kind of system, you're guaranteed to have consistency each and every time. In this view here, any features like fascicle grooves or metatarsal pads, those can be dragged and dropped and rotated in this screen as well. All of these orders have been coming in and generating in the cloud, and within a few minutes it would come back and give you the correct result. In the end, we're looking at a fully automated system, and this allows that throughput to go to a larger system like the array. The operator here would simply have to select all the different STLs that are ready, and they would export that to a slicer to be prepared for printing. Final note on the sort of export and import of this system. One of the best things about Taika that I really enjoy, especially, is that they do full integration. So we can integrate into the platform with your existing scanning technology. We can API out to fulfill your paperwork and fulfill your database collection. We can do sort of all these different steps to consolidate your entire workflow into one platform. And what this allows you to do is just, it allows you to save time. You're saving time on the design. You're saving time on how many employees you need to fulfill the design process. And you're saving time on another common pain point we see, which is double data entry, where you're combining the traditional paper workflows in a manufacturing setting where you're printing out work order forms, you're sending work order forms to the back. people are writing up on those order forms. That gets sent out to invoicing. Invoicing has to retype it in. There's all these extra steps around orthotic design that can really bog you down. And Taika 3D's platform really tries to strive to bring you automation at every stage, not just on the CAD side, but with all the other paperwork around the orthotics production. So if you or someone you know is doing over 50 pairs a day, 150, 200 pairs a day, and you're in that space of digital design for milling or 3D printing, come talk to us. We've got something really exciting to show you on that front. We can save you so much time and generate designs at 60 to 100 pairs an hour per designer using this level of hands-off design automation.